This is the Marla Amps S20V. It's everything you love about Tweed amps with a little bit more. What is up, YouTube? My name is Buddy Blues, and it's Small Business Tuesday, probably on a Friday. What's this on my lap, you say? This is the S20V from Marla Amps, made here in the US of A. I've done a lot of amp videos on this channel, and I know what the comments are going to be like. At this point, I know what the comments are going to be like. So I'm going to answer all your questions right off the bat, then we're going to get into the business. This is an all-tube amp. It's Tweed voiced, but does more. Cool. This is under $1,500. Hand-built by one guy in the United States. All-tube amp. Okay? 20 watts, 22 watts really. 22 watts, 2 channels. Can it be jumped? Yes. Great. It's under $1,500. Yes, it comes in many other colors other than this here green. And yes, it sounds really good. Now, if you're a fan of the Buddy Blues channel, you might want to stick around because I'm going to tell you what this is. If you're not, click a little bit forward and watch me play it. Number one, since I have it right here, it smells very good. Why? Because it's made out of pine. All of it is made out of pine. And it smells really good. Two, this is a tube amp. I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 80s here, okay? This is a tube amp. This is easy. That's with a speaker inside. So at the beginning I said this is Tweed voiced, and it is. You can get the tweediest of Tweed sounds from this thing. However, with Tweed amps, Tweed pedals, Tweed recreation, I love the sound. There's a few things I don't quite like that this amp solves. On vintage ones, which I have played, on vintage tube, Tweed tube Fender amps, you get that glorious sound. Let me put this down because I can hear my voice reverberating through the cabinet, which is a good thing. You play the Tweed amp at a lower volume, it sounds really good. You crank it, that's where you want to live. You crank it and it sounds amazing. But to me, I've always found that there could be a little bit too much bass and a little bit too much treble. I love when an amp collapses upon itself. I love that sound, I really do. But it's not a sound that I can use regularly. It's a sound for a solo, for a rhythm part. It's not something I can gig with the whole night. I can't have a Fender Tweed or a vintage Tweed or anything and have it cranked the whole night and play with my volume. You know, this solves that. So you have 2 channels on this amp and a high and low input. Channel 1 is the bass and bright channel. It's not just bright, kind of like on a Marshall. This is the channel that's going to give you the bassiness and the brightness at the same time. To me, that sounded very scooped. Channel 1 sounded very scooped. Channel 2 also has a high and a low. That channel is going to be your narrow, tight and focused sound, and it's quite mid-rich. On the front panel, it's very, very simple, and I love that. You've got 2 volumes, that's it, and a tone knob. Done. Tone knob does not work on channel 1, it only works on channel 2. And on the back, I love the open, whatever you call that, cavity, the openness of it. I love that because not only does it look good, it also gives you a different tonal character. If you remember a second ago, I was talking pretty much my voice was reverberating within the amp. That does that with your guitar as well, because it's not a closed back and it's not an open back. It's somewhere in the middle, but it's nicely somewhere in the middle. Now, do I wish this had a different color on the back that maybe matched this green? Yes, but this amp is the demo model. So this amp, and in Lebanese Arabic we say bisiklet al-daya, which means the village bicycle. This amp is the village bicycle. Everybody's had a ride. So that's why you see a little bit of scuffing here, scratches and stuff like that. Yours will absolutely not look like that. This has just been through the ringer. However, counter thought to that, I think it looks cool, and I think he should. This is none of my business. Hey, listen, I don't run Marla amps, if you know what I mean. I can't build amps. I'm no businessman here. Nor am I good at marketing. But I think he should do a run of relict amps. They look like that because the paint, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the paint is really not that thick and deep, and it looks more like a stain. And I think if he does a run where it's relict, I think it's gonna look really, at least like where near the joints and the joinery, whatever, scratches here, there. I think it'll look cool. It'll look like it's been like a gig thing amp type thing. Kind of like what we do with relic guitars. And my favorite sound, obviously, is both channels jumpered. Both channels jumpered is where you get the EQ to live, to be, what's the word, to be liveliest the most. I feel like the jumped pedals, I feel like the jumped inputs, you know, kind of exactly how you do it on a vintage Bassman, a vintage Marshall, whatever. Jumping the two channels and messing with the volumes, that's where it should live, this amp. You've got a British vintage speaker in the back, no effects loop, who cares? And it only takes 8 ohms. That's, I mean, depending on the speaker, whatever speaker you put there. And that's that. It's a simple amp, and if I can describe it in one word, it's warm. This amp is very, very warm, which makes me curious to see if it's going to take pedals well, which we will put in front of it. Before I forget, Mr. Marla Amps wanted me to tell you that if you do get this within the next, I think 45 days or something, get with him about that. But the deal is already on. He's just going to keep it on for another 45 days after this video comes out. If you get this, obviously this amp doesn't have reverb, but guess what? Hey, he makes a reverb unit, kind of like a vintage Fender reverb unit. It's called the Libby, and he's doing a deal. If you get both, you will have both the amp and the reverb unit, which you could use anywhere on anything, for, again, less than $2,000. And all of that is made in the United States. Okay, enough blah blah, put your phone away. It's unprofessional at the dinner table. Let's play this thing. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do just a classic. I'm gonna do a Strat, and I'm going to do something with humbuckers. Let's do the Gibson 355. So Strat, Gibson 355, I'm gonna go with the Scythe. Let's get to it. Oh! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have now heard the Marla Amps S20V. Remember a bit ago I said warm? You get it? You get it? It's just, it's warmth. So amp is warmth. Can you gig it? Yes, it's 22 watts. I gigged my entire music career with a 20 watt amp, 22 amp. The Supersonic 22, you saw it at the beginning of the channel for the entirety of the channel for a very long time. Fender Supersonic 22, I gigged the hell out of that. I think 22 stands for 22 watts, so yeah, there you go. 22 watts is more than enough. Now, if you're going to do something like plug it into an aux box or whatever and use the attenuation on it, you can crank the hell out of this at bedroom level. A huge thank you to Marla Amps for including me in this video. This amp has been out for a while. It's not like it's brand new, but him and I just got in touch very recently. I'm glad I got to do this. He's always running deals on his website, and obviously this is not the only model that he makes. I'll of course leave you all the links to his website in the bottom, but check out his page, check out his Instagram page, check out what this guy's doing. He's always doing something. If this is your first Small Business Tuesday, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. Did you think you were gonna see an amp that sounds that good for under $1,500? By the end of 2025, you didn't. I did. You know why? Because it's right in front of me. Now what? Always a pleasure having you here. Again, thank you to Marla Amps for including me in this. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like it, that's okay. You know what? The world keeps going, but under $1,500 at this point, it's kind of on you if you didn't like the video. I'm kidding. Great amp, great company, great guy to talk to. He knows a lot about synths, and I just got into synths recently. It's a very hard word for an Arab to say, synths. Anyway, really nice guy. Hit him up. Get an amp, get yourself an amp, get it in blue. I like the green, but I kind of prefer the blue. He does have a purple one that I think looks the best, actually, now that I think about it. Again, I like the green. I wish he painted the back. It's none of my business. Hey, it's a demo model. Bicyclette dial. I have been Buddy Blues. You have been the people of the blues. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.